Good morning, sixth graders. I hope you're doing really well and you got a good night's sleep and you didn't have to wake up super early to do my session, and you can kind of go at the pace that you want to today. So isn't going to be a long video. It's going to be rather short. I do want to go over our checklist today. So I wrote it on my board. You do have a Kahoot game. I thought we could do a little bit of a review through Kahoot, and I thought that would be fun. So the link and the game pin is in our checklist for the day, and so you can just play it at any time. You just have to finish it by 2 p.m. and then we'll see who the winners are, and it's based off of the review for our quiz, so on greatest common factor and lowest common multiple. So you have that's gonna be fun. And then you have your quiz to do. That quiz is already in Canvas. It's similar to the quiz that you took last week on percentages. I took the quiz straight from our iReady quiz right here, and I just put it into Canvas, so you have some multiple choice, some fill in the blank. Okay. And then reach groups. I am meeting with reach groups 1 and 2 today from 12 to 12:30. Groups 3, 4, and 5 are going to be working on iReady Math then. And then Friday, I'm working with groups 3, 4, and 5, and groups 1 and 2 will do iReady Math. So make sure you guys come to me on the big blue button from 12 to 12:30, and I can help you and we can work on our focus learning goals, okay? Next, ST Math, of course, 25 minutes. iReady Math for those of you who are not meeting with me. And then science, I have a fun activity for you to do on the respiratory system, since that's what we're learning about now. And so you do need a partner to do this, and you need a timer. So what you're going to be doing is the activity is in Canvas, but you will be counting your breaths, and you'll be counting your pulse. It tells you everything in the activity, but it's just a fun activity to kind of find out how does your respiratory system work within your own body. So that's what you have for today. Okay, so your Kahoot quiz is really going to be our review, but I do want to go over the questions that you will be asked in the quiz, okay? So question number 1 says, what is the least common multiple of 6 and 8? So pretty simple. You need to do the multiples of 6. So 6 times 1, 6 times 2, 6 times 3, 6 times 4, and you keep going. And then 8, 8 times 1, 8 times 2, 8 times 3, 8 times 4. And then what is the least common multiple? So the smallest number that they have in common. And that one's pretty simple. You'll just fill in the blank for that one. Number 2, Josh is inviting his friends to a party. He has 42 granola bars and 56 fruit drinks, and he wants to give them the same number. He wants to give the same number of each item to each friend. He also wants to give all of the items to his friends. So you're going to be filling in the blanks here. And it says at most, Josh can invite how many friends to the party. And then if he invites that many friends, each will receive how many granola bars and how many fruit drinks. So where I said how many, those are your blanks. So you're going to be putting in numbers into these blanks. So you have to decide, is this question asking you for the greatest common factor, or is it asking you for the least common multiple? So I will say, I'll give you guys a hint. He says he also wants to give all of the items to his friends. So if he wants to give all of the items, we are probably going to be looking for the greatest number, which means it would be the GCF, okay? All right, number 3. Which expression uses the greatest common factor and the distributive property to write 28 plus 12 as a product? So this is basically like I showed you. First you do 28 plus 12 and find the answer. And then you need to find your greatest common multiples of each. And you're going to use it to make your distributive property. Okay. And this one is a multiple choice question. So you'll go ahead and pick which one is the correct answer. And the distributive property, remember, is going to end with a number on the outside of the parentheses. So what is left goes inside the parentheses. Okay, number 4. So number 4 says, David is watching Maria and Alma race electric trains around a track. Maria's train can go around the track in 10 seconds. Alma's train can go around the track in 12 seconds. David wonders if the trains start at the same time, how many seconds will it take for both trains to cross the finish line together the first time? So for question 4, you're actually filling in the blank based off of your information of lowest common multiple and greatest common factor. So you're given actual words to fill in the blanks, okay? And the words that you're going to be given on Canvas is greatest common factor, so GCF, least, multiples, factors, least common multiple, and greatest. So I'm going to read the passage right now and then think about which words would go in the blanks. David needs to find the blank of 10 and 12. So he's either going to find the GCF or he's going to find the LCM. So you have to decide which one goes there. To find this, he could list blank of both 10 and 12. So if you choose that it's the LCM, then he could list multiples of both 10 and 12. But if you decide it's the greatest common factor, then he could list factors of both 10 and 12. And circle each number that appears in both lists. He should then identify either if it's your LCM least number that is circled in both lists, or if you decide that it's the GCF, identify the greatest number that is circled in both lists. So that just kind of gives you a little bit of help trying to decide. You just have to figure out, are they looking for the LCM or the GCF? And once you figure that out, then you'll be able to fill in the blanks. And I have listed the vocabulary words that I just said in that question. Okay, number 5. It goes along with this same scenario where David's watching Maria and Alma race the trains. So again, Maria's train can go around the track in 10 seconds and Alma's train can go around the track in 12 seconds. So your question is, how long will it take for both trains to cross the finish line together the first time? So once you decide if it's GCF or LCM, you'll either list the factors or you'll list the multiples, and then which ones do they have in common, and then that's your answer. Okay, then you have one more question, and the last question is about Sarah. So Sarah bought 2 boards of wood for a club project. One board is 18 inches long and the other board is 30 inches long. She wants to cut the wood into the longest equal size pieces possible with no wood left over. So Sarah thinks that she has enough wood that she can cut them into 10 equal size pieces. Your goal here is to say, is this true or not? Can she cut 30 inches and 18 inches into 10 equal size pieces with nothing left over? And if she can, then your answer would be true. But if she can't, then your answer would be false. And that's it. And once you've taken your quiz, you will get your score right away. And you have up to 3 times to retake the quiz if you don't do well on the first time. Okay? So that's pretty much all that I have for you today. Of course, if you have questions, I'll see you guys at Reach, and then my office hours are from 12:30 to 1:30, and I can help you. I know some people are stuck in ST Math, and I don't mind, so make sure you log on or Google chat me, and we can figure out how to solve these problems, okay? Have fun. I really hope you guys do the Kahoot game. It's just a fun way to review, and then we can see who wins. And I have that available for you till 2. And that link again is in your checklist. Okay? Well, happy learning today. Bye, guys.